Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Brown. I just want to make a quick podcast right quick, and I want to just give you an update on the subject of losing weight and diets, particularly the carnivore all meat diet that I was on for 10 months. I just want to run through this right quick because for the listeners, just listen to me. I want you to. I started a new Facebook group called Meat Lovers Diet, Meat Lovers Weight Loss Over 50. It's a Facebook group I just created. Matter of fact, yesterday it's called Meat Lovers Weight Loss Over 50. It's still young and it's still growing, and I will get into more details with that in that later on down the line. But it is a private group, and the reason I made it private because I don't want to make it public yet because of the bots and all the other people getting involved. That people in Facebook now join groups just to argue and just to debate and just to be there to give their own. It's nothing wrong with your own opinion and your suggestions. I don't have anything against that. My problem is a bot. My problem is a troll. A person that's there just to debate and tell you how wrong you are, how right they are, and kind of narcissistic and stuff like that. That's why I'm kind of very leery on public face group books that I create. Before I go public, I like to make it private, and I think that kind of brings in, that gives me the not the that gives me the power in the sense to be able to invite people that's you know uh invite people and find out if they're interested or not and what they are joining the group for. So I like groups like that. Don't just be open to anybody because you're going to run into the problems of trolls, and you're going to run into problems that people ain't got nothing. They don't mean any good for nobody in that group, but to cause trouble. So the Facebook group that I have created and others that I will create dealing with mental disorders and stuff like that, especially MDD, maladaptive daydreaming, what I struggle with, and others struggle with. It's going to start off private. It's going to be invite only. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the carnivore diet. I was on the carnivore diet. For the ones that don't know what that is, the carnivore diet is an all meat diet. That's all I'm going to break down. It's an all meat diet. You don't eat nothing but meat, the meat that you like. Not every meat in the world, but whatever meat and chicken and poultry and, and stuff like that you like, pork or whatever, fish. And I've done it for 10 months and done a great job on it myself. As of today, I lost 61 pounds, but that wasn't only for the carnivore. I lost 61 pounds with OMAD, 1 day of eating, less eating, and also adding some green vegetables now. So I'm more ketovore. So I still keep my carbs within no more than 10 to 20 carbs. I haven't went as high as 20 yet. So I still have that meat in it. I still eat more meat than anything else, but mainly just a lot of eggs and maybe a lot of salmon and tuna and stuff like that, more than beef or whatever. But my point is, I'm listening to one of my favorite metabolic doctors, Dr. Tony Hamilton, which is from Chicago as well. But he's a special guest on the Steak and Butter Girls that they call her. She's a straight out carnivore Asian young lady, beautiful Asian young lady, have her own channel. But anyway, I'm noticing when I hear a lot of people talks about, including myself, talking about diets in general, especially when it comes to low carb, and the danger of being on low carbs and vegetarian diets like that, sometimes you become so dogmatic and judgmental when somebody break off some. And I look at it like this: do not let no diet master you, or a person or people master you. And what do I mean by that? If you join a carnivore group or community, or you're following someone, whether it's carnivore, whether it's keto, which the diets I like, low carb or Atkins. I'm not talking about vegetarian. I'm just dealing with the carbs, the subject of diets and lifestyles that I like to do. And you're dealing with the low carb. And all the groups of those three, Atkins, keto, and carnivore, what I find about the carnivore, even though how beneficial it is, I find some of the people in carnivore becoming more like the vegans. They becoming judgmental and they becoming picky, and they call themselves a carnivore. And to me, none of you guys or women are carnivores. If you know the definition of carnivore, is an animal, a meat eater. meat eater. Also, a lot of the doctors of carnivore, not all, but a lot of the doctors of carnivore, mostly evolutionists. They believe in the involvement of people and stuff like that, and mammals, and all humans are animals and stuff like that. I can't go there. But my point is, it's not so much of that, theory, but the thing is, we have to watch when we put a label on ourselves. And I talked about that a lot when it came to Christianity. When I was talking about, don't call me a dispensationalist. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. I'm a believer, part of the body of Christ. But when you put a label on yourself, I'm a carnivore, I'm a keto or whatever like that. I like to say I eat the all meat diet, which is called carnivore, or I eat a very low carb diet, which many people call keto. I don't give myself that name, because when you put a label on yourself, then you get all the trolls and whatever like that. If you get off track, believe me, people are going to attack you. You're not doing this. Now, this is what's happening with the carnivore diet now, which bugs me. That you got a lot of people. I heard a guy that lost over 100 and something pounds. And I can notice more and more I listen to him, he gets more anti-vegetables, like vegetables are a killer. I believe he got a lot of that from Dr. Shafee or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think vegetables, especially the majority of vegetables, is not out there to kill you. I don't think. God made vegetables just as well as he made fruit. So I'm not like a lot of so-called carnivores that just anti-vegetables and anti-fruit. I would not go there, because I got to look at it in a creationist perspective that God made them all. But if you choose, I do believe you don't need to eat any carbs. But that don't mean it's not good to have carbs. Let me say that again. I don't believe you need to eat carbs, but it's good. I think it's okay and good to eat carbs. Good carbs. Not the ultra-processed junk food carbohydrates. So I was never a full believer that all carbs and all vegetables and all fruits are bad, like some carnivores do now. Because I think with the full package, you can get your full nutritional benefits out of all of them. I'm not a scientist like them or whatever like that, but I believe to get all the full nutrients in your body, you need all three. But I think you can go longer just eating meat. But that's just my opinion. But I think the full nutrition, I think you get better nutritional benefits from just eating more meat than just eating vegetables. That's my point. Or fruits. But my point is, there's many, many thousand people survive on all vegetables. They survive on eating fruit. And they survive on eating meat, or it's mixed up. Fruit, vegetables, and meat, or just meat and fruit, or meat and my point is, it depends on a person's body. So I get a little upset when I just hear people, you're not carnivore because you ate. And I can see if they ate pieces and a lot of junk and whatever like that. Yeah, that'll bother you. But you have to be humble and love, and love these people and be patient with them and stuff like that when you're on any type of diet. Because most of the people gonna fall off because they're not used to that change. I was talking about that in a podcast not too long ago, And the thing about it is, I'm gonna continue listening to this podcast. It's very interesting. I like listening to Tony Hampton, because he looks at it broadly, and he looks at it like a real scientist, and he admits that science change. For instance, if you was a vegetarian for 20 years and all of a sudden you changed to just all meat, that's okay. Or you added meat, it's okay, because science change, your body change. But when you got these people out there that's on carnivores or on vegan diets, that's kind of mean, especially vegans. They can be very vicious and mean. Just like a lot of liberals and far left, they can be very vicious and mean and very gaslighting. And the thing about that, I'm very impatient with people like that, because it takes away our choice of changing. Man, I'm free, man. If I want to eat a banana, I'm going to eat a banana, but is it good for me? If I'm going to eat a hamburger, I'm going to eat a hamburger with buns, but is it good for me? The thing is, it's still my choice. I don't need you hanging over me unless I gave you the accountability and that authority to watch over me and try to correct me and bring me back on the right, where I'm at. Like a coach or something or a mentor. That's different, because I allowed you to do that, but not babysit me and just knock me every time I make a mistake. The point is, the carnivore diet is one of the best and one of the most controversial diets out there now, and they're really trying to put a lock on carnivore and ketos because it don't bring no money for big pharma. It'll mess up their medicine and stuff like that. So big pharma and all these other, you know, anti-natural, God-made food eaters. They're trying to gaslight them and tell them how bad meat is and how bad this is and all the things it's causing because it's messing up their cha-ching, and it's messing up their business. Okay, but I don't want to get away from what I want to, why I'm talking about this. See, my thing is, on my meat lovers weight loss, and I'm letting you know up front, the majority of what I promote is meat eating. But I'm not so dogmatic to say that's all I want on my platform is only meat eaters. Now, I'm open front. This is not a vegetarian platform. This is not a vegan platform. So I don't invite anyone like that. That's why I keep it private and not public, because they'll sneak their way on there just to debate. So my platform is not for vegetarians and not for vegans or anything like that. But I am open to low carb, anti-sugar, lower carbohydrate type of conversations and people on there that want to lose weight that way. If you want to lose it any other way, like the vegan or vegetarian or whatever, or some other liquid diet, that's not my platform. See, because I don't want people to be confused. I want them to know what my platform is about. So you make your choice from there. I'm going to be dealing with mostly a lot of high protein and high fats and vegetables and fruits. See, my focus is going to be on high protein mostly and high fat, no doubt. That's what this is all about, But I'm not limiting out vegetables, and I don't limit out fruits. I don't limit out nuts. In other words, it's a platform. The main focus is on make sure you're eating a lot of protein and a lot of fats, and make sure your diet is low carb. That's what this platform is all about. If that's a little bit too much for you, I would let you know, and I will have a questionnaire or ask you. Then I will let you know if this platform is not for you. It will not help you. You might want to try some type of other diet, whatever like that. So my point is, people look at each other. Carnivores look at other carnivores. Sometimes they look at them and see if they're going to make a mistake, more than if they're going to get better, what you're sadly to say. And when they eat a slice of cake, or they couldn't stop but eat that macaroni and cheese, a lot of carnivores would say, you're not a carnivore. You're not really doing the right thing. If they added some vegetables or added a little fruit, you have some carnivore. You're not this. You're not that. You're not that. Man, you ain't a carnivore either. You're not an animal either. I don't care if you believe in evolution or whatever. You're not an animal either. Okay? My point is, lay off, people. Lay off. Whatever works for you. My main thing is, long as you stay away from the ultra-processed sugars and junk food. That's my thing. You could eat what you want as long as it's low in carbs. That's my take. Because I'm not going to let no one control me. Because I know my body now, and I know I drink Atkins and protein shake drinks and stuff like that, where a lot of so-called carnivores will not touch, and they will knock it because it might not benefit them, but it's okay and it benefits me. My point is, lay off, people. If people want to add fruit and they don't want to go 10 carbs, they want to go 30 or 40 carbs, let them do it. It's called experimenting. I wanted to throw that out there. God bless you all. Joseph Brownlee, Body of Christ, Real Talk. Be you, but just keep the sugar down and the junk out of your diet. That's all I ask for. You can eat what you want, as long as it's not a lot of sugar and a lot of bad carbs. Peace out.